Yes.
All right. How many of you guys had a tough decision where you had to stand up for yourself? Well, when it comes to tough decisions, I agree with John Wayne's quote: "Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness." And I think that this quote really covers like 3 aspects that deals with today: peer pressure, career choices, and work in the workplace. When it comes to peer pressure, when your friends, they want you to do something you don't want to do, and you feel pressure to do it, and you choose not to do it, and you shouldn't have to explain yourself to them, because it just shows that you're weak and you're not really strong enough for your decision. And they should understand that if they're your friends. And also, when it comes to career choices, in choosing a major, you shouldn't choose what your parents or your friends tell you to choose. You should choose what you really want to do with your life. And if you're really strong about it and you don't explain to them why you do it, and you don't apologize, because when you apologize, it seems to them like you're weak and you're unsure, so that's going to make them doubt you. So rather than explaining yourself and apologizing for it, just stand up for yourself and just say, "This is what I want to do." And just in the workplace, there are certain situations where you do what you have to do, where you feel that it's right, but then you feel that it's right yourself, but other people might think differently, and there's those certain people that always say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just did what I thought," but you shouldn't have to apologize, because if you know that it's right yourself, then it's right to you. And those are the 3 areas that I think that quote really applies to.
Has it been everywhere? Yeah. I was in my first she has this big green TV, and all of a sudden I saw you, and and then the commercial ended, and just kept talking. It's so weird, you were like right there.
Yeah, there I know.
She wore yellow.
How much do you pay to do that? How much is that? Check out.
Yeah, that's it.
No, how much?
Like 4. Like 5.
45?
4,000. But I stick on a lot more than play for
The survey at the beginning is a little awkward because you're asking kind of a complex question, and so it's not an easy yes or no sort of thing that you're doing there. You do have a pretty clear statement of what your point of view is on the speech, and I thought you had a good setup of the structure that you're going to talk about. The problem is, as you get to each of those supporting points, you haven't really thought of an example, and so it kind of stays pretty abstract. If you had an illustration from something that you did at work, that would be something that you could talk about in a little bit more detail, but you just kind of leave it at a very high level of abstractness there, and so you never get a chance to get into the presentation. The delivery issues, your voice is clear, there's good variety there. I thought it flowed very smoothly, and even though you're not using all of the time, you came around at the end and sounded like you knew this is the point where I'm trying to finish, this is the point that I'm coming back to, and I thought that that worked pretty well. You had some limited indicators with your gestures. Your facial expressions are okay, but your eye contact, you look up, but you tend to be looking over the audience. You're not really talking to people, you're just talking kind of over in the direction that the audience is, and so I think you need to be a lot more engaged there. You do a little bit of swaying, especially at the beginning of the speech. You're shifting your weight from one side to the other, and that's like some of the anxiety coming out at the beginning of the speech. I thought it was less noticeable later on in the speech, but those are the two places that your anxiety seems to be coming out. And you had an okay exit. Like I said, I think if the content had developed a little bit more, it would have been easier for you to present and be a little bit more engaging, but because everything stays at such an abstract level, you're struggling a little bit, and that's what causes you to kind of look up and around instead of talking to people. All right, thank you.